if we're going to love ourselves, we have to love all of us. And I'm going to try to talk through this without crying. We have to love all of ourselves, all of us. And of course, and we know this, right? But let's be really real about this and stop pretending or sugarcoating things that are just hard for us to accept, and sit with why we're having a hard time accepting things about ourselves. Sit with, why do I struggle to love all of me? Why do I struggle to allow myself to be seen, the fullness of me? And this is something that I've been reflecting on quite a bit the last couple of weeks. And for right now, one of the key aspects of that is my physical body. My physical body has changed a lot in the last couple of years. Well, a lot based on my judgments. Okay, let's qualify that. And yet I know that if I'm going to truly walk this path of loving myself and embodying the divinity that is me, I have to love my physical body as much as I love my energetic body. And that can be challenging. That's challenging for me. So why am I talking about this? Well, this morning, I'm going to share a little story. I just have decided this week, and I say I've decided this, but I'm going to continue to decide this because it's not a one and done thing, for sure. I've decided that I am going to wear clothes that are comfortable for me, that I like, and I don't give a shit what anybody else might think. So it's today in particular, it started with my walk. So I was getting ready to go for a walk, and instead of worrying about, oh, does this shirt cover my bum so that my big butt's not sticking out and not drawing too much attention, or does this shirt, is it also baggy enough that you can't see my belly rolls, especially like when the wind is blowing directly on it. And I'm sharing this because this is how extreme it has happened in my brain. And I share this not to just talk about me, but it's because I feel like many of us may have these types of thoughts and similar judgments about ourselves, and it needs to be talked about. And it's important for us to be honest with ourselves about it. So I decided I'm just going to wear what's comfortable, and I don't care. I don't care. Who cares? Nobody cares. There's hardly anybody out in the neighborhood. Even if the neighborhood was packed full of people, if there are people lining the streets waiting for me to go on my walk, it shouldn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm not going to judge my body. My body is healthy. My body is taking care of me the best it can. So I need to take care of it, right? And part of that is loving it and having gratitude for it. So, and even when our bodies are not healthy, to love our body even more than, and to have gratitude for everything it does to hold us. So I went on my walk. I was having a great walk. And then, you guys, I had something magical happen. I came across this tiny, tiny little baby turtle at the side of the road. It was just coming out of the grass, and it was near this part of my neighborhood where there are a couple of small, like, ponds in this neighborhood, and on different sides of the main road. And there's an area down the hill from my house where it's just wooded area, and there's kind of like a drainage underneath for runoff and going between the ponds, right? So a little creek and wooded wetland area down there too. So it was coming from one of those. It was obviously trying to get across the street, or was thinking about that to get to the other side. But it was, when I say it was tiny, this thing was tiny. It was probably the size of, I'm looking at like, probably the size of a silver dollar at the most. Bigger than a quarter, but barely. So I picked the little guy up and started to go directly across the street, and I was like, let me take you around the corner and let's see if we can get you a little bit closer to the kind of creek area. And so I walked down into this area, which I don't think you're really supposed to walk down there, but I went down, went down in there and set him down and went to kind of the closest area and set him down there. And I'll add a picture of him at the end of this video because he was so adorable. And then I thought, well, this part, the water, it's like right where the runoff was like, this isn't the best section, right? It kind of clears up a little bit as you go a little bit deeper into the woods. So I went deeper into the woods, set him down, and yeah, we had a little conversation about how he was safe there and he was camouflaged, but he could come out of his shell now. And then I saw this huge owl like fly from one of the trees a little bit farther towards the pond, closer to me. And it was so magical, so magical. And then as I was saying goodbye and I walked out, I realized, because I always, when I run across an animal like that, there's always some sort of message in it. And the message for this little turtle was, I'm gonna try to not cry when I tell you all this. The message for this little turtle was, he was like my inner child, your inner child, right? And trying to get where he wants to go, to thrive, to grow, to explore. And yet he needs us to create an environment where he's safe, or to get him to a place where he's safe. And it might not be the first place you put him. So, that first place that I came across, it was set him there for a second. And I was like, this doesn't look the best. So you might have to rethink where, the environment that you've created for your inner child, and how can you make things safer for your inner child, so that your inner child can come out and be seen, so that you can then will feel comfortable in being seen, allowing yourself to literally come out of your shell. It was such a beautiful, beautiful message, and one that just really has had such a huge impact for me, which is why I wanted to share it with you. So allowing yourself to carry your inner child when necessary, and taking him, it doesn't matter, to wherever they feel safe, wherever you know that they're going to be safe, and ensuring that, letting them know that they're safe, that you've got them, that whenever they might end up in an environment or you might end up in an environment where your inner child might not feel safe, that you're going to look out for them, that it's safe for them to be seen. It's safe for you to be seen, because you've got their back. You make good decisions. You listen to your intuition. You make good choices. You make choices that are in your best interest, which means they're in the best interest of your inner child too. So let yourself be seen. Let your inner child come out to play. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.